My love,
Always.
always. My heart, my love.
What happens when ambition meets undeniable attraction? In the one place it's not supposed to. Asterisk asterisk, in a world of deadlines, power moves, and silent competition, two colleagues find themselves drawn into something far more dangerous than office politics. Asterisk asterisk each other asterisk asterisk. She's focused, disciplined, and determined to protect everything she's worked for. He's powerful, mysterious, and used to being in control, until her. But when a single moment changes everything, will they follow the rules, or risk it all for a love that could destroy their careers? Broken heart secrets, fire tension, briefcase forbidden romance. This isn't just a love story. It's a battle between the heart and everything at stake. Stay with me, because once it begins, there's no turning back. The first glance. The first time Amara Okoye noticed Daniel Reed, it wasn't because he spoke, it was because he didn't. The conference room buzzed with chatter, keyboards clicking, and the low hum of ambition. Everyone was eager to impress the new executive director flown in from London. But Daniel sat at the far end of the table, calm, composed, almost detached. His silence wasn't awkward, it was commanding. Amara adjusted her glasses and tried not to stare. She had worked at Virex Solutions for 3 years, climbing steadily through hard work and quiet resilience. She knew the rhythm of the office, the personalities, the unspoken rules. But Daniel? He was something new, something disruptive. When he finally spoke, the room stilled. "Your projections are ambitious," he said, his voice low but firm, eyes landing briefly on Amara's presentation. But ambition without precision is just noise. Her chest tightened. He wasn't wrong, but he didn't need to say it like that. After the meeting, Amara gathered her files, trying to steady the mix of embarrassment and irritation simmering inside her. Just as she turned to leave, "Miss Okoye." She froze. Daniel stood behind her, tall, sharp-featured, his presence filling the space like a storm waiting to break. "Yes," she replied, trying to sound unaffected. "I'd like you to walk me through your strategy again," he said. Privately, her brow lifted. "You could have asked that in the meeting." "And undermine you further?" he replied calmly. "I'm not that cruel." That caught her off guard. Amara hesitated, then nodded. "All right." His office was minimal, glass walls, sleek furniture, no clutter. Everything about it reflected control. "Start from the beginning," he said, leaning slightly against his desk. As she spoke, explaining her ideas, refining her points, something shifted. Daniel wasn't dismissive anymore. He listened, really listened. "Your instincts are strong," he said after a pause. "You just need sharper execution." Amara crossed her arms slightly. "So you think I'm sloppy?" "I think you're capable of more than you're allowing yourself to show." The words lingered. For a moment, their eyes locked, and something unspoken passed between them. Not hostility, not exactly admiration. Something electric. "Thank you," she said quietly. As she turned to leave, Daniel added, "Amara." She glanced back. "Don't shrink in rooms where you belong." Her heartbeat skipped. That night, lying in bed, she replayed the moment over and over again. Not the critique, not the tension, but the way he looked at her, like he already saw the person she hadn't fully become yet. sparks and resistance. The weeks that followed were anything but calm. Daniel became a constant presence in Amara's work life, reviewing her reports, challenging her ideas, pushing her harder than anyone ever had. At first, she resented it. "Why does he single me out?" she complained to her colleague Tola. "Because he sees something in you," Tola said simply. "Or maybe he just likes you." Amara scoffed. "He doesn't like anyone." But she wasn't entirely convinced. There were moments, small, almost unnoticeable, that told a different story. Like the time he stayed late to help her rework a proposal, or when he defended her idea in a meeting without taking credit, or the way his gaze lingered just a second too long before he looked away. Still, she kept her guard up. Office romances were complicated, risky, and Daniel? He was her boss. One evening, as rain poured heavily outside, the office emptied faster than usual. Amara stayed behind, determined to finish a deadline. She didn't realize she wasn't alone. "You're still here." She looked up. Daniel stood at the doorway, sleeves rolled up, tie loosened. The sharp executive was gone, replaced by something more human. "Deadline," she said simply. He nodded, then walked in. "You push yourself too hard." "And you don't," she shot back. A faint smile touched his lips. "Touché." Silence settled between them, but it wasn't uncomfortable, just charged. The power flickered suddenly, plunging the room into dim emergency lighting. The rain intensified, thunder echoing through the building. Amara exhaled. "Perfect." Daniel stepped closer. "You're afraid of storms?" "No," she said quickly. "I just don't like surprises. Life is full of them, not the kind I enjoy." He studied her for a moment. "You control everything, don't you?" "I try to," she replied. "It keeps things from falling apart." "And does it work?" She hesitated. "Not always." Another flash of lightning illuminated the room, and for a brief second, they stood impossibly close. Close enough to notice the details. The way her breath hitched. The way his gaze softened. "Amara," he began, his voice lower now. She should have stepped back. She didn't. Instead, she whispered, "This is a bad idea." "Probably," he agreed. But neither of them moved away. The space between them shrank, slowly, dangerously. And in that moment, everything logical, everything safe, faded. The line they crossed. The kiss wasn't planned. It wasn't careful or calculated. It was inevitable. Daniel's hand gently cupped Amara's face, his touch surprisingly soft for someone so controlled. She inhaled sharply, her fingers gripping the edge of his shirt as if grounding herself. Then their lips met. It was electric, like the storm outside had found its way inside them. Amara felt everything at once: fear, excitement, longing. She had spent weeks building walls around whatever this was, and in one moment, they collapsed. When they finally pulled apart, both slightly breathless, reality rushed back in. "This shouldn't have happened," she said, her voice barely steady. Daniel didn't deny it, but he didn't regret it either. "No," he said quietly, "but I'm not sorry." That made it worse, because she wasn't sorry either. Over the next few days, things changed. Subtly, but unmistakably. Their conversations became quieter, more loaded. Their glances lingered longer. Every accidental touch felt deliberate. But they were careful. No one at work could know. Still, secrets have a way of showing themselves. One afternoon, during a high-stakes presentation, Amara lost her train of thought. It was rare. She was always composed. Daniel noticed immediately. "Take a moment," he said smoothly, stepping in without drawing attention. But the look they exchanged? Someone saw it. And whispers began. Amara felt it, the shift in the office atmosphere. the subtle glances, the unspoken questions. It scared her. "This is getting dangerous," she told Daniel later. He leaned back in his chair. "Do you want it to stop?" She opened her mouth, but no words came out, because the truth was she didn't. "I don't want to lose everything I've worked for," she said instead. "You won't. You don't know that." He stood, walking toward her slowly. "I know one thing," he said. "You're stronger than this situation." "And you?" she asked. A pause. Then, quietly, "I don't walk away from things that matter." Her heart tightened, because now, this mattered. Breaking points. The rumors didn't stay rumors for long. A formal complaint was filed, anonymous, but obvious. HR called Amara in first. "Are you involved with Mr. Reed?" The question hung in the air like a trap. Amara's pulse raced. If she said yes, her career could suffer. If she said no, she'd be lying. She chose the safer answer. No, but it didn't feel right. Later that evening, she confronted Daniel. "This has gone too far," she said. "We need to stop." He frowned. "Because of them?" "Because of reality," she snapped. "We can't pretend this doesn't affect everything." He stepped closer. "And what about what we feel?" She looked away. "Feelings don't protect careers, Daniel. And fear doesn't build a life." The words hit hard, but she shook her head. "I can't risk it." For the first time, he looked hurt. Not angry, not distant. Hurt. "All right," he said quietly. "If that's what you want." It wasn't. But she let him walk away anyway. The days that followed felt empty. Work became mechanical. Conversations lost their depth. The spark between them gone. Until one night, Amara stayed late again, out of habit more than necessity. She found Daniel in the same conference room where they first met. "Funny," he said without looking at her. "This is where it started." She swallowed. "I miss you," she admitted. He turned slowly. "Then why did you let it end?" "Because I was scared. And now." She stepped closer. "I still am." He held her gaze. "But I don't want to choose fear anymore." Silence. Then, he closed the distance. Choosing love. The truth came out. Not as a scandal, but as a decision. Daniel reported the relationship himself, requesting a departmental transfer to eliminate conflict of interest. It shocked everyone, but it changed everything. Amara kept her position. Daniel took a step back, not from her, but for her. One evening, they stood on the rooftop overlooking the city, lights stretching endlessly. "You didn't have to do that," she said. "Yes, I did," he replied. "Because I'm not willing to lose you over something we can fix." She smiled softly. "For someone who hates chaos, you've complicated my life." He smirked. "And you love it." She stepped closer. "Yeah," she whispered. "I do." This time, when they kissed, there was no fear, no secrecy, just certainty. And sometimes, that's all love really needs.